And from one breakthrough to another, this time in archaeology, as an incredibly rare and prestigious collection of decorative ivory pieces was just discovered in the city of David. Joining us with more is Professor Yuval Gadot, head of the Department of Archaeology and Ancient Near Eastern Cultures at Tel Aviv University, and co-director of the DIG with Dr. Iftach Shalev from the Israel Antiquities Authority. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
So, Professor Gadot, what exactly did you uncover in the DIG?
We were digging inside a building, kind of a public building in Jerusalem that served until 586. These are the heydays of Jerusalem, biblical Jerusalem. And this building was destroyed in 586 by the Babylonians. And while we were working within the ruins, we began to notice small pieces of ivory crushed into like bits and pieces, and you could see on them the decoration. We collected them. We wet sifted everything. And when we had the collection, we had 1,600, almost 600 really bits and pieces of ivory, decorated ivory. And ivory is a very rare material, and decorated ivories are found usually only in capital cities of the ancient world, in places like Samaria, that was the capital of Israel, and in places like Nimrud, one of the capitals, capital cities of Assyria. And this is the first time we are seeing things like that in Jerusalem. Everybody knows that Jerusalem was the capital of Judah, but to find things like that is absolutely incredible.
And so what is the significance of finding such pieces in Jerusalem?
Okay. First of all, it tells us that whoever was the owner of the building was very well connected with the elites in other parts of the ancient Near East. I don't think that there were artisans so talented here in the Levant that would be able to manufacture such objects. So probably the ivories came to workshops that were located in the palatial compounds in Assyria, and then somebody probably got it as a present. This is not something that you buy in the market, not today even, and definitely not then. It's more about kind of prestige items that are moving from palace to palace, from palace to people that are kind of connected to the palace and so on. So it gives us a first impression of the elite of Jerusalem and how well connected they were with the elites in other palaces around the world, around the ancient world.
And why is ivory such a precious find for this time period?
First of all, there probably were no elephants anymore. There were elephants in the Near East really thousands and thousands of years ago. But at the time that we're talking about, elephants were extinct already. And so the trust had to be hunted either in Africa or in India and then taken over to these compounds. So just holding your hand on this material is very, very difficult. The second thing is that it's very, very delicate. The ivories are, I think, more than 1 or 2 centimeters thick, which means that whoever decorated these rosette symbols that you're seeing while I'm talking had to be, this is the top artisans of the world at that time. You cannot play with such material and harm it, while trying to learn. You have to be very, very precise in your movement. So it's hard to find the tasks, it's hard to bring them to the ancient world, to the world, to the capitals, and then it's very, very difficult to produce the items. They were probably inlaid into furniture. They were not independent items by themselves. They were probably inlaid into wooden furniture. The wood and the furniture burned down, and we still have the ivories that survived.
Beautiful ivory pieces in any time period, and I understand that they will also be on display for the public.
Yes, we are holding a conference on the 13th, and they will be exhibited there for the first time, I think, for the public to come. This will be taking place in the city of David, and hopefully after all our work, they should be presented in a museum, Israel Museum or any other museum.
Professor Yuval Gadot, thank you so much for sharing this exciting new find with us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hi everyone, it's Yuval Gadot. I wanted to invite you all to subscribe to ILTV+, where you can find our daily news and updates about Israel. And not only that, but live feeds, entertainment, our kosher food show, and so much more. Needless to say, your subscription to ILTV+ helps us grow and create more content while also supporting the state of Israel. Our app is available on all platforms and devices, so I'll see you guys there.